Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of Hell, and today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of Iruma. Welcome to the Demon School, Iruma-kun, titled Naberius Kalego's 13 Hours, Part 1. Ooh, it's a multi-parter, and judging by the pictures and the name of it, it's probably gonna be more a slice of life multi-parter. Maybe it's just gonna be a cargo going through his school day is with the 13 misfits. Or is it the 13 class? I don't know really. So, with that said, let's get on to this reaction. So, we get the title page where we see a bunch of flashbacks with Kalego and Iruma. Exactly 1 year has passed since this shocking incident and the familiar summoning ritual. Now the time has finally come, and we see a bunch of students shocked, and I'm saying, no way! Kalego Sensei is! Kalego Sensei is humming! As we see Kalego smiling and happily humming, which only means that it's time to torture the Misfit class. The first class of Babylon is the second year. It is familiar contract renewal. So I guess they have to renew the contracts with their familiars. Interesting. I don't know if that was actually explained earlier on or if that's a new thing. I'm guessing it's a new thing, although it could just be that it's been so long since it's been mentioned that they have to now remind us. So we see Robin Sensei, which, funny thing about Robin Sensei is that a lot of people theorize that he's either Clara's father or at the very least a family member, which the resemblance is there, if we're being totally honest with ourselves. So yeah, now we have Robin being like, today I'll teach you guys how to both renew your contracts and how to cancel them. Not surprising they can actually do that. I guess this has something to do with why Kalego Sensei was humming as happy as he was. So now we get some lecture. This is an important ritual that depends you're bound with your magical beasts. And while we have explaining, we see a bunch of officers just questioning what exactly is going to happen. So now we have just been like, where's Iruma-kun? And leads like, Kalego Sensei called him out of class. And then said the line one being like, that explains why Asmodeus is in a bad mood. That's true. And then we have be like, first off, you're up, Asmodeus-kun. Renew, and now we get more of an explanation to what's actually is going on. Renewing a familiar contract means officially binding the beast used to serve you. Focus your mana on your familiar and grant them a name. Vino. I guess we forget the names of the 13 classes familiars. In case if we forgot. Which is probably true. Like, the familiars are a part of the series, but they aren't actually as common appearance as you would imagine they would be. So yeah. And now we have Vino, I guess also a bit evolving, or at least showing off a bit more. Wait, did he get different horns? Oh no, his horns are the same, it's just that because of the previous panel, it looked a bit different. So I guess just like a bit of a show off a bit thing. So and there you have it. Good job. And then we see a V. No, it's just rolled off. It just rolled off my tongue. So I guess Vino is the new name, in case anyone here is wondering. And we see a sub like Vino. I'm not sure that's supposed to be Asmodeus or someone else. It's a black and white panel, so it's kind of difficult to tell, and it's also very small. And then we have Klaus be like, it's cute. I also be like, wow, like they often are. Then we have Ron be like, now that you know how it's done, everyone go give it a try. And when you're finished, report back with the names you gave them. So write down the names if you want to remember their names. So we have Sama being like, I named my Ochma. I'm pretty sure there's some significance to there, but I'm not sure. Like being like, nice. What's your name? name yours Clara. And here we see the Clara named her familiar like Boss. it fits the joke with Clara and her familiar, honestly. And then here I've now been like, yeah, sure looks like Quan. Which is this is a panel where Clara's familiar on a throne where he's just patting her like a boss would pat their pat. That's true. Now we see uh the beautiful one of the class. I think her name was. I always forget. I always forget her name. Was it Elizabeth or something? I think it was Elizabeth. We have seen that her familiars are butterflies, which I think is the first time we actually see her familiars, and she named her three familiars by the way: Flora, Rogie, and Lillian. Familiar Flora Papillon. Oh yeah, so yeah, we even get the title what these familiars are named commonly. And you see Lead and that owl guy being like, "It's magnificent, Nissan. Even your naming sense is beautiful," which is true. The names are very beautiful, like. And then we have Lead be like, "What should I name mine? It's tough to decide, right?" And you see, look at him, Jazz, and he's like Jazzy. And we see him, his familiar being hidden in the jacket, which makes sense. It's the first time we see Jazz's familiar. It was like a very cute type of creature, so he's a bit ashamed of it, so he wants to hide it. So it makes sense why he would hide it in his pocket. And so just be like, "Can you not talk to me right now? I'm concentrating." Yeah, that's what he's doing. And she just be like, "Wait, what's up with your stomach? Oh, I had a big breakfast." Yeah, that's what's happening. That's why there is an eye, the eyes and the mouth, and it's this is just like, "What you got there?" And he's just like, "Stop, leave me alone." And see, lead me like, "Renewing contract is so much fun, man." Haha. And see, Claire or Keroi. I think her name is so like hard for me to pronounce. So this is how you renew them. And we see her actually looking at a book. I'm guessing this is just her for an inspiration. And here we get, but I wonder what steps you take to break the contract. Which I guess is gonna be explained now. And I was like, will be like, obviously familiar contracts, renewal and cancellation have different steps. I guess this is literally going to be like, oh, I have to break this contract thing. So we have Kalego be like, first prepare a blank summoning seal, then as in a normal ritual, light it on fire, and finally, for the next 13 hours, the master is absolutely forbidden from summoning his familiar. Ah. So I guess, wait, this isn't permanent? So I guess Iruma is now not going to be able to summon Kalego in the next 13 hours. And then we see, I guess, Kalego explaining, should I stop something occur, the contract will automatically be renewed. So for the next 13 hours, just stay put and don't do anything foolish. So he basically says, alright, right now we are on a 13-period break. You are not summoning me in the next 15 minutes, so our contract will finally be over with. So yeah, it's expected. And we're like, by stay put, do you mean? And so Kalego be like, don't worry. You may still attend your classes, however, you will be under my surveillance until the 13 hours have elapsed. So I guess now he's expecting, alright, the reason why you summoned me a lot of times is because you are a ninja, but now that you're gonna be casting with me, it means that you are not gonna be able, not gonna need to summon me because I'm only gonna be here, which means I will not need to be summoned. And you see a bunch of Austrians be like, what the, Yumaku and Kalego sensei? This some kind of guidance counseling? And they're all questioning it. Which is true. It's pretty weird. And so you will be like, are you really okay with this sensei staying with me the entire time? It's unpleasant. But it's still better than letting you do as you please. So make sure you're within my sight at all times. Well, that's weird. And we see one teacher there staring at, which consider if you see the rest of the chapters, in fact I believe it will be an animated episode once the anime season 2 comes back pretty soon. when we see how the teachers are around Kalego, they are pretty stressed around him, so I guess they're like, oh shit, he's here to supervise and our teaching skills. It's hilarious. And then we see Kalego's future wife, or at least the one who's gonna be in charge of him as a familiar, be like, oh, floss, and be like, this magic is the practical. Oh my god, oh, great job, Kalego, you're gonna destroy the entire class. Thank God that at least it's not. Thank God that the rest of the girls are not like, alright, Kaigo's here. Now is your chance. Now is your mother if you waste the time on this. It's also surprising that they haven't picked this up, since even evil Iruma picked this up, which is surprising considering how dense he is. And then we see cafeteria. This place is off limits. They sell summing seals. What? I guess Kalego doesn't want to risk on Kalego getting a summing seal. Faculty room. Oh, it's Iruma-kun. Ordering in? I guess now he's gonna have to be eating here until it's over. And now they're back in the royal one. Or in the royal one. And so being like, don't you think you might be being a little too vigilant? And Kalego's like, Cho will flock to you in the second I leave you alone. For instance, right? I guess we're gonna get a bit of a flashback. And we see Kalego grabbing or someone having a summoning seal. And you see him grabbing Iruma as the disappearing one shows up. Person is his name. And we see him being grabbed by Cerberus, Zap. And we see him summoning Cerberus and him catching Lead, the Snowman, the Devil, and Jazz. And then we have him in trouble like these idiots. You guys? And he was like, why are you trying to put a summoning seal on me? Because there's no way I'll miss out on something this interesting. So just for fun? Which is true. And probably for safety reasons. I mean, having a level 8 demon to be able to summon at any point makes sense. So we have now a bit of an explanation. Well, all want to see more of Fluffy Felgo after all. It's funny. Also, letting the 13 hours pass without incident is boring. I guess I'm even admitting that it will be kind of boring to just everything being safe. And you will see just be like, by the way, I'm betting on the renewal. Renew or cancel, place your bets. So I guess you're placing your bets on, is it going to be a renewal or is it gonna stay? And then we have him, huh? That's so on brand? Well, I'm broke. The general took 60,000 VL from me. Which is true. The general was very unreasonable. And then we have a bit of a flashback. This kind of reminds me of when we first met. Enter the classroom, and we see like Iruma dodging the traps, and they're all like flustered at him. And we're gonna be like, more idiots will show up if we stay here. For now, let's go outside. And we see Iruma and Kalego dodging, Kalego dodging, and holding Iruma. And so, I guess Clara in that disguise be like, Iruma, she captured! And he's like, Clara, so close! How do you want to see him fluffy too? Huh? And cause like I don't care about that, huh? I'm angry cause Egi Sensei has been hugging you all to himself all day. Which is true. I mean, we see how she got when Ash was protective of Iruma, so this should have been expected. And you see be like, it's not fair. We want to play too. Boom, boom. That's hilarious. And he was like, Clara, wait, what do you mean we? And we see Asmodeus showing up and saying a fire blast. Asgoon! Well, Asmodeus really wants to kill Kalego for this. And so Asmodeus be like, Sir Kalego, please unhand Iruma-sama immediately or else! I'll burn! And we see him even more fire. And so Kalego be like, how direct. Didn't you master to teach you sneak attacks must be discreet? As we see her, as more as even summoning his familiar and attacking. So yeah, he's literally going to have a battle with everyone here because of what he's doing, because of this. It's just remember, got you, and then he puts Iruma in front. Ugh, Iruma, but then Shichiro would never fight dirty like this. So yeah, he was like, oh yeah, I fight dirty as well. And I see, boom, as we see, just 8 more hours. So that's how long we have until it's all over. As we see, Kalego standing on top of the field, or Tseba standing on top of the field Asmodeus, as well as his familiar, and Cloud being tied up. And that's pretty much the end of the chapter. This, so yeah, this chapter was pretty funny, and it does put up a bit of a interesting development. The fact that the familiars can be like cancelled. No, the question now is how much of it is gonna happen with the rest of the class. Like these were, I think, the obvious ones, but I can also see like like challenging color grow because of rivalry. The rest, I only don't want to just like observe and see what's going to happen type of characters. So I'm not sure if they are gonna participate. I could see them just like staring in the background and watching what's going to happen. So yeah. Now, as for the renewal, I think it's almost guaranteed that it's going to happen. Like, I doubt it's not going to. Like, that's kind of like a running joke. So I could see either one, Kalego is going to have to, technically having me be around you guys would make you all safer, and you do need a familiar. So that does make sense. Two, either Iruma is accidentally going to be able to renew the contract in a way where everyone's going to interpret again like Cargo is the next coming of, well, I would say of Jesus, but I guess the devil who's on top of the Lucifero, the devil who has, I believe, two devils that serve as his eyes and ears. Or third, Operation he's like, Iruma is going to renew his seal. No debate. Here's the seal. Sign. There. You're familiar. So these are the three possibilities that I'm seeing right now. I mean, granted, there might be capture development where Cargo doesn't actually become the familiar, but I feel like he's going to return as the familiar in some sense of the matter. So yeah. Now I hope you like this reaction. I hope you leave a comment down below and tell me what do you think about this chapter. How do you think the renewal of the contract will come? And with that said, I cannot wait to see all you people next time. Bye.